Hi everybody, I hope you're having a great day. In this video, I'm going to be covering Fang. Now, he made his first appearance in X-Men, issue number 107, that was released in July of 1977. His real name is unknown, but we do know that Fang is actually a title that's inherited by various members of the Imperial Guard from the Shi'ar Empire. In particular, the elite warrior from the wolf-like Lupak race. You see, the Lupak use an advanced brain scan technology as well as advanced cloning technology to upload memories from one Fang to the next for continuity's sake. Therefore, it's extremely hard to permanently quote-unquote kill Fang or the rest of the Lupak. Now, the most recent iteration of Fang that was supplied to the Imperial Guard stood about 5 feet 4 inches tall and weighed 185 pounds. Having brown eyes, although sometime when he's in his feral state, they're completely white with no irises and being covered with brown hair, while always having lupine features such as pointed ears, fangs, and retractable claws on each finger. Now, Fang and the rest of the Lupak have various superhuman abilities, naturally having enhanced animal-like senses, as well as having low-level superhuman strength, stamina, and durability, while also possessing moderate superhuman speed, reflexes, and agility, being noted as extremely quick by Sabretooth and Mystique, both of which have extreme agility on their own. Now, in Fang's most recent iterations, since resurfacing in the Wolverines comic, he's displayed significant additional powers. He's not only able to fly and teleport now, but he also has energy projection and a unique matter manipulation, being able to create things out of hard energy. However, it hasn't been articulated how these powers are achieved, whether it be natural or through the use of technology. And to top it all off, he has significant feral fighting abilities, being at least as adept as someone like Sabretooth at hand-to-hand combat. Now, the very first Fang that we see supplied by the Lupak to the Shi'ar Royal Elite Imperial Guard was accompanying Deathbird, who happened to be the sister to Shi'ar Emperor Kin as she led the Imperial Guard into the territory of their Kree rivals. This is when we'd see Fang and the other guards have a brief skirmish with the hero Captain Marvel until they realized that they all had a common foe in the alien race known as the Brood. We'd later see Fang and the Imperial Guard fight against the X-Men and the space pirates known as Starjammers when they came to stop Kin from mastering the power of the reality-altering M'Kraan crystal. This would mark the first time that Fang would encounter and fight Wolverine, who actually beat Fang and took his uniform for his own for a brief period of time. Subsequent to this, we'd see squabbling within the Shi'ar Empire's royal family lead to Fang transferring his loyalties to Deathbird, who was one of the sisters of the now defeated Emperor Kin. But all of this drama would eventually lead to Fang being double-crossed and given a quote-unquote reward for his assistance by Deathbird turning him over to the Brood, who made him a host. The insect-like brood being that Fang turned into was eventually killed by Wolverine. Now, much later, we'd see Fang resurface after the death of Wolverine, seeking out a group comprised of X-23, Daken, Sabretooth, Mystique, and Lady Deathstrike, with him believing that they were responsible for Logan's death. They all actually thought that Fang had died during the last Brood incident, but he just laughed it off and chalked it up to him being a Lupak, which prompted Mystique to study how their species regenerates and eventually learn that they could only be killed in a very particular way. And although Laura, aka X-23, was the only one that seemed to communicate well with him and the only one that he didn't dislike, due to him knowing that all the rest of them had major issues with Wolverine throughout his life, Fang would decide that the best way to honor Logan's memory is to keep up the tradition that he and Logan had to meet up on the same day every year and fight a powerful foe. Fang would now decide to do that with each of them, immediately starting with Daken, teleporting both of them to Jotunheim to fight against frost giants. These shenanigans would eventually be somewhat resolved after Fang was put in a vulnerable position and after he learned that Wolverine's old foes weren't actually responsible for his death. But hey, Fang isn't always antagonistic to the cause, because the very next time we'd see him, he'd be helping the Guardians of the Galaxy and X-23 find a cure for the Laura Kinney virus and rescue Gabby Kinney, aka Honey Badger, from the Brood. Now, for his powers and abilities and his influence on the Marvel Universe, for my 1 to 10 rating, I'll give Fang a rating of 6, which is an expert rating. I hope everyone enjoyed this video. I'll talk to you next time. Be sure to like, subscribe, and join the new Sage.